Hello. Now we will see the role of microservices with circuit breaker. See here, in earlier session we have seen that this is one electric device and this is our home, and from electric device we are getting the power to our home. So similarly here we are having order service and payment service. So in earlier session, we were imagining that this is a one kind of switch which is in closed state. If it is a closed state, the power will be passed from electricity board to our home. Similarly, here one order service trying to hit. So if the service or connection is formed and there is no gaps or there is no service is open, then order service will be able to hit the payment service. Then what will happen? Payment service will provide the response. Suppose in case if the switch is open, what will happen? Order service will not be able to hit to payment service. That means if the switch is open, so the calls to the payment service are not at all allowed. So imagine that if it is a switchboard, we can write, we can provide some connection, or we can create some physical wire connection. But imagine that this is a program and this is a microservices. Then how microservices are going to achieve similar functionality? That means to achieve this functionality by programming, we need to use the circuit breaker with resilience 4J. Then what is a resilience 4J? It is like a lightweight fault tolerance library inspired by Netflix Hystrix, but designed for functional programming. In earlier days, we were using Hystrix. Like Netflix stopped support and it was in maintenance. Then, uh, then the alternative is Resilience 4J. So all the microservices based developers adopted Resilience 4J because Hystrix is in maintenance mode. So Netflix is stopped providing support. That is the reason we were adopted to Resilience 4J. So Resilience 4J is having four functions like a circuit breaker. Resilience 4J default it is providing a circuit breaker, and we can say circuit breaker nothing but Resilience 4J. For achieving circuit breaker functionality, we must have to use Resilience 4J, and other functions are like a rate limiter, retry, and bulkhead. So we already discussed what is circuit breaker in earlier sessions, and rate limiter is used to control the rate of traffic sent or received by a network interface controller. So what it will do? It will control the rate of traffic. Suppose 1,000 requests are coming or 100 requests are coming, it will deviate to other service, or it will filter it. It will ensure some. It will ensure traffic should not be more. Means traffic in the sense the number of hits to particular service. And retry is the number of times the call mode to check if the service is up and running and it is in good condition or not. That means retry. Suppose one service is down. Here, order service and payment service is down. So it is not. And what it will happen? Order services simply it will try to check whether the service is available or not. If it is not available, retry will tell it is not available. If it is up and running fine and the service health is good, then it will say it will provide some acknowledgement. And bulk head pattern can be used to limit the number of concurrent execution. So it will be sending number of requests. That is about resilience 4J and corresponding functions. So let us say circuit breaker is one of the key function in resilience 4J. So circuit breaker is maintaining some of these states. So what are those states means? It is a closed state, open state, and off open. Closed state means there is no issue at all. Then one service can hit to another service. Order service can hit to payment service, and until and unless there is no issue, it would be in a closed state. Suppose due to some reasons that particular service is having some issue, then what will happen? Programmatically, we need to open the connection between two services. That means if the service is in a open state, then it will deny. So failure rate greater than threshold, and whenever number of requests are greater than threshold, automatically this service will be in a open state. So that is the reason it is a deny. So closed state means it will be allowed to hit the service. Open state means it would be denied. Then uh, then users or programmers or developers might be in a doubt when that service would be opened or partially opened or not. So at certain point of time it is open, and that respective technical support team will resolve that particular service will be up and running. So whenever service is up and running, it will not allow more number of traffic. It will be allowed only few requests, so that no so that what it will happen, the service would be in a ready to serve the service. So that is the reason we will be opening as a half open. That means allowing only few calls. And suppose that few calls also again failed means we were reporting back to deny, and that state change to open. So this is how it will be. Suppose few calls are success, then it will be allowed few more calls. Those few more calls also successful means it would be in a ready state. 100% it would be in a ready state. Then it will become the status change to closed. That is the reason we are saying that circuit breaker is having three states: closed, open, off open. So closed means the name is closed, but here we need to understand the service is ready. Open means service is not ready. In layman terminology, open means service is ready, and closed means service is closed, but not like that. Here, closed means service is in a position to serve it. So, off open means only it would be taking only few calls, few service requests. Once the few services 100% it is proper, then it will become as a closed status. So some failure rate greater than threshold, they when it will become half open closed means suppose in 100% calls 30% are failed, 70% is are successful. Normally we will put a open status when the service is not able to serve even a 30 percentage. It all depends on that. Some people will put it as a 20% of the services is failed means then they will make it down, or they will make it as a open. So the best practice is 70% of the services are success means and 30% are failing means then it will be open status, it will become open status. Then technical team need to look into that issue and they need to make it resolve. Once ready, then they will put it as a off open. Then those off open also will be in a position to closed. That means if few calls are success, then other calls also it would be allowed. then the status automatically change to closed. This is about microservices with circuit breaker and resilience forge and circuit breaker states. In upcoming session, we will see how to write programming for this circuit breaker. Whatever we discussed as part of theory, we need to write the programming. So that we will see in next session. Till then, thank you.